Hi, zombies. Well, tonight I have...
Mixie from Stitched Up Heart.
And they played an awesome show tonight. How long have you been singing?
Since The Little Mermaid, I think, you know. When I was a little girl, I would be at my grandma's pool and I would go underneath the water and sing like, look at this stuff, isn't it neat? As long as I could until I had to breathe again, and I'd go up and then I'd go back down in the water, and pretty much just to Disney tunes and things like that from the get-go.
You know, that was one of my questions too. So, Mermaid, The Little Mermaid? Mm-hmm. Is that one of your favorite Disney movies? Or which one?
Yeah, that's probably up there. Beauty and the Beast, I really like, and Frozen, just because the Let It Go song, for some reason, that's really the only part of the movie that I like. But yeah, I think I would go with The Little Mermaid, just because she's a singer.
I know. Just from like hearing you tonight, I pictured I knew like you've been singing a while too. Would you say?
Yeah, well, we've been doing a lot of touring and stuff, so, you know, you get a lot of practice out of that, and we rehearse a lot, 5-6 nights a week whenever we're back, so that's our practice all the time, you know?
Right, and you're from Los Angeles, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, the band formed in LA, but I'm originally from Orlando.
Oh, from Florida, okay. Yeah. Have you ever been to Disney World over there?
Of course, yeah. I haven't been in a while, but Haunted Mansion's probably the best.
Haunted Mansions?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? Have you ever been to any haunted places before?
Yes, actually. I was just telling a bunch of ghost stories outside before you grabbed me, and I couldn't even tell you all of them right now because it would probably fill up the entire camera. Where should I start? Two nights ago, we were in Dallas, and I entered this house that we were staying at, and before you get in the door, you kind of know, like you get that feeling that there's something weird about this place, and you just, you know, it had this like old kind of creepy vibe to it. And then we went inside, and I was talking to the woman that lived there, and I was like, do you feel like there's something here? She's like, oh yeah, like it's like thrown things, and it's like pushed her, and then like right after we were talking about it, like she got like pushed, and I was like, well, that's weird. So, and I felt like there was more than one thing. There was a couple, and whether you believe in ghosts or not, I do. So I think if you believe in it, then it just manifests itself. But I was sleeping in the bed, and I was like having a dream that I was sleeping on my stomach, and I was having a dream that something was like tapping me on the leg, and I woke up and I felt it again, and then I thought that it was a fluke. I thought it was my imagination, and this was just a couple days ago, and I was like laying there, so I just waited to see if it would happen again, and it did. And then I of course, you know, like freaked out a little bit and just hid under the covers, and I think I get less and less scared now just because I keep having all these experiences that it's not as scary, but it is kind of weird that there's something there that you can't see.
Yeah. Was it like a hotel or?
No, it was a friend's house in Dallas, and it belonged to an old woman before that, and they didn't really say anything about what happened to the husband, but she sold the house, and who knows what really happened there, you know?
Have you ever been to like one of those ghosts, what do they call them? Like those where they take you on a little trip
like
or something like that?
I went with my mom a couple months ago in St. Augustine, Florida, which is one of the first civilizations, like 1500s, I think. So we went to the jail there, and they gave us all these little tools, like an EMF detector, and like we had a spirit box, which is basically like this little box that spins the radio frequency backwards, and the spirits are supposed to be able to talk. Well, one of the stories that happened there was we were talking, and Merritt, the guitarist in the band, was there, and he introduced himself in the spirit box, and we asked who we were talking to, because we could hear two people talking, like having a conversation with each other, and we're like, who are we talking to? And he's like, Ed. We're like, whoa, like that was a very intelligent response to, like, you know, and then we circled around. There was about 10 of us, and Merritt, the guitarist, introduced himself. So like, I'm Merritt from Los Angeles, and Ed, his same voice, it was the same exact voice that we just heard, said, hello, hola. And back then, Los Angeles used to be Mexico, so there's a lot of Spanish, so, so...
Was this a little machine that you were talking about?
The spirit box,
it was talking...
It was like this just loud noise, and because it's going backwards on the radios really fast, and it's not picking up. It's just really weird, and but they were responding like intelligent responses. It wouldn't do stuff for a while. It would just sit there, and it was almost like two people were having a conversation. And I feel like that place has been investigated so many times that the ghosts are probably like, okay, they're coming to investigate again, whatever, and they're playing their ghost cards, and who cares? But like,
where was that at?
That was in St. Augustine, Florida, at the jail, the old jail, and then. My mom thinks she has a best friend there named Samantha, and who the story is that she stayed in the jail and a lot of bad things happened to her in the jail, and she really liked children. So this is my mom's 4th time going to this place, and she was like, hey, it's me again. And then our EMF detectors, which are like, they detect like if there's a electronic frequency, and all 3 of them went off at the same time when my mom said hi to her. It was like not going off, and then the lights started blinking when she started talking, and I felt like these chills. It wasn't like your cold chills. It was more like a electricity kind of feeling, like she was just kind of checking me out, probably looking at my tattoos going, what the hell is that? Because I don't know if they were even there at that time. But my mom thinks she's friends with this woman, right? And this is her 4th time. The last time she went there, she had this little phone app. It's called Ghost Radar. You can get it on your phone, and you can kind of talk to them, and sometimes who knows if it's real or whatever. But she got a response from her last time when the ghost, the medium that was with her, asked if she had children. Sorry, I'm just talking too much.
Keep going.
You got me on a, talk about ghosts, I could go all night long. He's like, well, do you want to do an hour interview, or do you want to do I was like, maybe 15 minutes, and I'm just going to hear yapping.
Well, I didn't check the time, but me and Run the Cover, we were going for an hour until Brandon was like, oh, you had 3 questions left, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't keep track of the time, but
well, if we're gonna tell ghost stories, I'd just sit here and talk. There's so many stories, but no, I don't want to finish this one. Well, the last time my mom's app, when the medium asked her to enter this woman's cell, you have to ask permission, and she instantly was setting off her detectors, and she was totally like, oh, well, she must like you. And she's like, do you have children? And my mom goes, yes. And then her little iPhone app said California, which is where I live. And she's like, oh, so she's like, weird, I have a daughter in California. Then we came back, and this is the story from a couple months ago, the next time that my mom went. And she was like, remember we were talking about my kids, and this is her, and the little app said grown. It said 2 different words, grew up, grown, as if I had grown from what the ghost thought I was or something. And then Merritt, who's 6'4", walks in, and then it said giant. So it was really weird.
Wait, was that your band member? Or?
Yeah, the guitarist in the band. And the night before, they had actually a video of this weird apparition thing forming into a torso that just the night before.
Caught something visual.
Yeah, it just kind of clouded into a torso, and then it just disappeared. So I think it's a portal there or something. That's the story, whether you believe in ghosts or not. Do you believe in ghosts?
I think, yeah, there's stuff out there. I've always been interested in going on one of those trips, but I'm kind of scared to go.
I was scared too, but it wasn't as scary. It really wasn't that scary. I wouldn't have gone in any of the cells myself. I was a little scared to be alone, but it's really not too scary, I guess.
Well, because I haven't really experienced. I think that's why. Anything paranormal. I know they watch a lot of
Ghost Adventures and stuff.
Right, yeah. Do you watch that too?
Yeah. I probably watched every single episode there is. They really like knocking on things. Yeah, the spirit box, because they kind of explain it. Yeah, because it's really loud. But they uncover it whenever they ask a question, because that's usually when something will come through. But yeah, I definitely have had experiences, and I think if you haven't had experiences, then it's harder to believe in it, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Like, it hasn't really happened that much with me, so.
It happens a lot more.
But I know.
I think. No, you've never had it happen to you?
Like, she even heard like voices. Well, when she was younger. Because I think my older sister was messing with a Ouija board.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
In her room, in my little sister's room.
Yeah.
And we didn't believe her, or like my mom wouldn't believe her, but my little sister would say that she would hear something, or like she'll feel like tapping, and like just like you too, like she cover herself.
Yeah.
And the blanket.
The blanket's gonna protect you from the spooky ghosts.
But she freaked me out one time though, because like she was talking to me about it. She was saying she heard I forgot what she said, what the voice said, but it was like a really nasty sound, and I was just like freaked out just from her telling me about it. I was just freaked out.
Yeah, the Ouija board, so I've been told, is just not good. There's bad entities that like to pretend that they're good spirits, but I think that the bad entities are able to kind of morph and
and when my older sister messed with it, like for a long time, she used to like I would talk to her, and then out of nowhere she'd be like, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Like, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Like for a while, but we didn't know that she had messed with it. She told us like years later, but I was like, oh well, that makes sense. You know, you always interrupted me like in mid-sentence saying, do you hear that? But she like would totally like stop, and then she'd be like, do you hear that? And it was just like so freaky.
Good part of a movie, and then it's like, did y'all hear that? We pause it, and then it's just like, dude, you're crazy. Don't.
Yeah. Well, one time though, this is a crazy one though. I don't know if you would believe it or not, but my sister said that it was at her house in Florida when they were living over there, and one minute she went to the kitchen, or actually she was in the living room. She heard something fall, so she went to go check it out. And then when she came back, the chairs were like moved in a different position, like all of them.
Yeah.
And
they do weird shit, man. Like, why do the ghosts like want to knock on stuff and move things around, reorganize your furniture?
Man-made island for pirates.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it was Key West, Florida.
Oh yeah, I've been there. Yeah, at the bottom, it's like that.
Really small too. Have you been there?
Yeah, I love the Keys.
I was over there for a while.
It's been a while since I've been to the Keys, but it's a cool place.
But you said you grew up there, right?
Well, in Orlando.
You're from there?
It's like the middle of the Florida. Yeah.
Okay. And the other band members are from California?
Yeah, well, Merritt is from California, and then they all kind of transplanted. Like, there's one from Scranton, Pennsylvania, which is our drummer, Decker, and Missouri somewhere, St. Louis, I think, Missouri, which is Dorian, the other guitarist, and Randy, which is from another planet. I think he must be.
Well, how does that? Well, since y'all are together, most of the time, right? Whenever you're touring, but whenever y'all are not touring, is that whenever y'all split up, or do you just stay in the one spot?
The same place as Merritt, and you mean like when we're back home from tour? Yeah. Oh well, we have to see each other a lot too, because we always have like meetings, photo shoots, practice, videos, stuff like that. So we have to see each other all the time.
Even if you don't want to.
Yeah, I definitely take a little break from everybody except Merritt. I take a little break for like a week. I need to hang out with some girls, like, because you hang out with guys a little too much, and then it's like all they talk about is penis and things, and it's just like, ew, gross. So I always like try to put together a little like girls' night out, dinner, sushi, hang out with the girls and talk girl stuff for a little bit, because it's a little much sometimes.
Yeah, it was just. This is interesting too because I've never had like a girl. I haven't interviewed somebody like a girl in a band, so this is.
It's a different perspective.
Yeah,
'cause,
definitely.
Like, I'm allowed to cuss and stuff. I don't know if.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
This is gonna be vulgar, but like the other day, I woke up in the van to Decker and Randy, the bassist and the drummer, in the back, yelling "cock, cock, 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 cock," back and forth, and I'm like, I woke up to this. It's like not a great thing to wake up to a bunch of people yelling that.
You were sleeping. You were sleeping, and they did that.
And all I heard was they were just making jokes in the back, and I was like, great. Great alarm system. Just boy stuff, man.
I don't know if this is too personal, but I've always wanted to know, like, a girl being in a band, you know, they're on tour for a couple months. Like, how does it, like, how is it when you have to endure, you know, that special time of the month?
Oh, when I'm on my period?
Yeah.
I don't have like crazy PMS or anything like most people. It's really just kind of, periods are gross anyway. Like, I hate having it, but it's also a sign that you're not pregnant, so that's good. Can't bring a baby on the road.
Yeah.
I guess you could, but we don't have like a babysitter or anything. But I don't know, not anytime soon. But yeah, periods are just gross in general, whether you're on tour or not.
How tough is it? Like, has it happened to you? I'm pretty sure it has. Like,
What?
whenever you've been on tour, like, and you had
It happened this tour.
Oh.
Yeah. I let everybody know that it's
just to warn them.
Aunt Flo is in town, and
What do the guys do? Like,
they don't really care.
do they just back up, or?
I don't care. No.
I guess-
I don't go psycho mode or anything. Like, some people go through the PMS where they just get all crazy, or I don't really do it. The only time I get cranky is like if I'm tired and hungry, then I'll just be like, leave me alone, I'm cranky. You know?
But
I let them know I'm cranky today and just,
But they're used to it already by this point, right?
Yeah. I mean, all together, I think it's a pretty good chemistry, and everybody's like, this tour's been really cool. We've got One Eyed Doll, which is another female-fronted act, which is really awesome, super creative and avant-garde kind of thing, and everybody's just really positive energies. Run to Cover, you just interviewed them.
Yeah.
They're like my little adopted brothers now. They're really cool.
You know, just thinking about him, did you think when you first met with Christian, did you think of a celebrity, or?
Are you talking about Justin Bieber? Is that where you're trying to go with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny because when we went into Canada, because that's where Justin Bieber is from.
Oh yeah.
The Run to Cover, of all the vehicles that got searched, Run to Cover's van, who are these really good, sweet, innocent boys, like their van, they want to search their van, and we're all just making jokes saying like, oh, they think Justin Bieber's trying to sneak back into Canada. But no, he's way more punk rock than Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I told him earlier too. Like when I first looked them up, there's this one picture of him that looks so much like Justin Bieber, and I was like, I knew it couldn't be, but I was like, man, Justin Bieber turned, alternative.
Yeah,
being in a band.
They actually used to have like a metal band. They used to be like a metal band, and they're growing up, and everybody kind of grows into their own skin and their own music and what they like. So it's really cool. They're all really cool dudes, though. They are.
Yeah.
Not Justin Bieber at all.
Well, speaking of Justin Bieber, do you like pop music, or what kind of music are you into?
Yeah, I mean that's part of the playlist that I'll put on some Tay-Tay, some T-Swift, some Blank Space, or maybe like Lorde, or
They're the ones that sing Royals, right?
Yeah.
Have you heard of the new Justin Bieber songs? Like Where Are You Now?
I don't
What do you mean?
pay attention to his music, really. Is that bad?
I don't know, I'm just wondering.
I just don't care. I think right now I'm a really big fan of like Bring Me the Horizon. I think that's really awesome. That's probably what I've been listening to a lot lately. Kiss, a lot of that. I just put on the Alive album like fucking over and over again. They're probably sick of it, but
Yeah, same with me. I grew up listening to them.
Yeah, that's like pretty much that. And yeah, I've been listening to a lot more Slipknot lately.
Yeah, this one to come back to me too.
Well, we played with them like a couple months ago. It was like it was one of those shows that go down in history. Like you'll remember it forever.
Definitely.
It was Slipknot, Lamb of God, 3 Days Graves, Bullet for My Valentine, Theory of the Dead Man, Motionless in White, New Year's Day, Like a Storm, which we're going out on tour with the next tour right after we get back home.
Hailstorm?
Like a Storm.
Oh. Okay.
Like a Storm.
Sorry.
And 20,000 people sold out amphitheater. It was just like the coolest show. I met Corey Taylor. I didn't even fucking know it was him because he's always wearing the mask. I had a full-on conversation with the guy, not knowing who it was, and then we walked away, and I'm with my friend, and who introduced me, and I was like, who was that? He's like, you seriously don't know who that? Yeah, so I started listening to him a lot more. Yeah, he's a really fucking chill dude too. Like he's like a totally normal guy. Like you wouldn't even think.
Right.
And I met
he
life as well. And
was he kind of small built?
He's a smaller dude. Yeah, he's not like huge or anything. He has that huge personality on the stage, but you know, off stage he's just like normal dude. It's so weird.
Where was that when you played with them?
That was in Washington, in Auburn, Washington, for Pain in the Grass KSW festival.
When you met them?
Yeah.
And played with them too?
Yep. Well, they played the main stage. We played the side stage. But it was perfect because there was like, in between the sets of the main stage, there's the beer garden, which is where we were playing, and everybody went to go get beer. So everybody came out and had to listen to us because they had to wait in line. So they didn't have a choice unless they wanted to go la 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 the whole time. But it was a really like amazing show, and that was definitely a show that I'll remember forever.
Definitely. Okay, so you said you were from Florida, so have you heard of Rockville Festival? Rockville? Welcome to Rockville.
No.
You haven't heard of it from Jacksonville?
I was in Florida in so long.
Oh, okay, that's probably why.
I was in LA for a while, so.
Yeah, it's this big festival, and back in April, that's when I first saw Slipknot too.
Yeah, the show was amazing.
I went so hard that night, like I couldn't even walk the next day.
Did you mosh?
I was like, yeah. Well, I don't know how I did it. I was in the back, like the very back, like you said, 30,000 people. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna ever make it to the front. And then somehow, I was like, you know what? Let me wait till like they start playing, and then I can make my way inside, like closer to the stage. And I made my way over there, and then it was just crazy. You know how grandpas walk? Like the next day, I was just going to the restroom. I was like, oh my god! But it was so awesome.
The pit, because like I noticed this. We were standing like side stage where when people come out, the crowd surf, and then the security people take them over the gate and they let them out this other way. Did you go that way?
No.
No? Well, it was funny just seeing the rage in people's eyes after they got out of the pit. They were just like, I have to go back in there. And it was like this, crazy,
That's why I wouldn't do that, because I wanted to stay the entire time. And I should have told my sister too, because she was waiting for me, and she was like, okay, we'll leave a little early so we can, beat the traffic or whatever. And I wanted to tell her, but my phone died, and then I was like, oh, I can't leave, because it was the first time I ever got to see him, because I've been waiting to see him since 2004.
Yeah.
And it was so awesome.
I watched a bunch of live footage before we played that festival of them, and I was like, that was cool. But being in the audience and just seeing everybody just kind of uniting with this energy, this like such a positive energy with all these people, like a mountain of people, and the lights and his drum, like the clown, he's fucking awesome, and just like
and the fire.
Just it was
the fire.
Such a great show, yeah, of course, yeah. It was really cool. I want to do a lot of dangerous stuff, but I'm not there yet. No way, we couldn't do an hour, but yeah, we could. Good conversation.
When was the moment you knew you made it, like as a band?
That day was really cool. But I feel like there's always a goal to strive for, and there's always more and bigger, and But I think you get those little moments because we went from playing that 20,000 people to playing to 40 in some nowhere, Oregon, you know? So you get those moments and you have to really appreciate them. And then every once in a while, you know, like this tour would maybe been like 100, 200 people a show. But then on a day off, on a Monday that we decided to book a gig, you know, there wasn't that many people. But so it keeps you grounded if things like that happen. But those moments do happen. And when they do, it's just the most amazing feeling. It's like you remember it forever, you know?
Yeah.
But you don't always feel like you made it. Because what is making it, and what is it? You know, for me, it's just being able to survive off music and see the world and just play and meet all these people and make new friends and inspire and watch other musicians just pour their heart out on the stage, you know?
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I just actually heard about you guys like 2 weeks ago, I think. So, and it was just, the show was awesome. Yeah, like you said, it's good to meet people when you're at a show. Because, you know, I'm not very, like, outgoing. But it's nice to talk to people and just make friends.
That's what I like. I mean, there's some people, we've played Corpus a couple times, and like there's some kids out there that we've just kind of grown like this bond with it, you know, and I love just coming through towns and being like, my friends are here, you know.
Yeah. I was talking to them earlier too, and they were saying that they had missed it, or they've been like consistent.
Yeah, they're at every Corpus show. They're awesome. And then I got a bunch of My Little Pony toys from my friend Bree that I talk to all the time on Twitter, and never get to really like see her. But when you see her in person, like, I just want to hug you forever. Like, I don't want to stop hugging you.
Was she a fan or a friend or?
She's I don't really. I think fans are used to cool rooms. Like, that's what a fan is. It cools the room off. It's not people. People are people, and I call anybody that wants to be my friend, you know?
Yeah.
And then people that don't want to be my friends are not my friends. But
exactly.
The fans is such a degrading kind of word. I feel like it's like, even though I fangirl sometimes, I use that term, like I fangirl when I saw Randy Blythe, I knew who he was. I was like, oh, you're not wearing a mask all the time. But I kind of got quiet, and he was petting cats at this little rescue that we were all hanging out at, these little kittens, and he was holding a little kitten, and I was like, that's Randy Blythe.
So he's really big on pets?
Yeah, he's an animal lover as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. That could be the last thing. I heard you on stage, you were talking about a donation for kittens.
Yeah, kittenrescue.org. I was doing a lot of fostering for cats and a dog. I fostered one dog, but I'm not home enough to like let it out. It pooped everywhere, so I was like, maybe I'll try fostering cats. So basically just the rescue groups will try to save as many as they can before they put them down, and they need a place for them to stay for like a little time until they find a home for them, and they get them all cleaned up and healthy and spayed and neutered. And so I fostered, and then we're taking donations because I can't foster while I'm on tour and keep animals in the van. So I was like, well, let's do some donations. So kittenrescue.org is the one that I care about the most, I guess, because there's a bunch of rescues that are amazing, but I've kind of grown a bond with them. They specifically focus on the babies that don't have moms, that they try to like get from the shelter, because they're hard to take care of. You have to feed them every hour or two, and the shelters will just euthanize them within like a couple hours because they don't have the resources to feed them, to burp them, to potty them. You have to make them go to the bathroom. So I had a bottle baby for a little bit. It's like having a little baby. Like, it was so cute. And then I had 5 cats in a studio apartment in Hollywood for a little bit there. It was insane. 3 kittens, another one that got adopted. The 3 kittens are at another cat foster mommy's house right now. So I think she's being really picky on who she gives them to, because she doesn't. She's grown a bond with them too, so it's kind of hard that's the hardest part, is letting go and being like, you can have my babies.
So you're a very compassionate person?
No, not at all. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care about anything. No, I'm just kidding. I just...
Very loving?
I think once I started getting involved in the rescues, I started seeing how much help they all needed, and it's almost like it's like an addiction. Like you get addicted to helping give back, and I feel like if I'm not doing something for others, or and selfless, then I'm not doing my part in this world.
Definitely. Well, that's very nice of you to, take care of the kittens and spread the word. Did you want to say anything to your fans, or you want to promote anything while you're on tour?
Yeah, we just released a single called Finally Free. You can get it on iTunes. There's a music video. So just, look up YouTube, Stitched Up Heart, Finally Free. Go to Facebook, Stitched Up Heart Rock, Twitter, Instagram. I have a Snapchat, Mixie Official. I try to do it as much as possible. And all that jazz. But yeah, Finally Free. Go check out that video and the single, and we'll be releasing the album sometime early next year, 2016.
All right. Thank you, Mixie, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
It was really awesome having you on the show. It was cool. I didn't think we were be really,
we could talk
talkative
forever.
or whatever.
I have so many more ghost stories.
Well, maybe next time. All right, zombies. I will see you next time. Let's see who the next band is. Comment down below if who you want to see or who you think it'll be on the next show. All right, bye.
Bye. Hi, I'm Mixie.
Oh, you're taking a video.
Yeah, I am.
Hi, you may know me as Disheartened. I do YouTube videos. I broadcast on You Now. I'm also a musician. People have come to love my down-to-earth, goofy, and weird personality. And I wanted to do something new that still involved music and video. I thought, why not interviews? Interviewing your favorite people and bringing my undead self to the mix. What makes me different? I mean, first of all, look at me. Just kidding. Besides all the previous mentions, I completely understand what it's like to be them. I'm just asking the questions. From musician to musician, entertainer to entertainer. Following me on this journey, you are now a zombie, a part of the Disheartened family. Spreading the disease, one view at a time. This is Disheartened.